Many Westerners remember when the Physical Education Building, formerly called the Red Barn, occupied this site. Many of the Hilltoppers' greatest basketball seasons under the late coach E.A. Diddle were spent here. When the team moved to its present arena, the old gym was transformed into the Margie Helm Library. Now, meeting the needs of an ever-growing student population, the main library complex includes Helm Library and the Raymond Cravens Graduate Center and Library. This is Western Kentucky University Reports, an inside look at the university in action. Today's story, New Dimensions in the Library. Now here to tell us that story is Tom Dunn and Dr. Earl Wassom, Assistant Dean of Academic Services.
Hi, and welcome to the show. Dr. Wassom, there's certainly been a lot of changes since I was a student at Western. Things other than books are in the library. You can check out tapes and films. Why don't you tell us about some of these new dimensions in the Western Library?
Well, Tom, the library has grown in a tremendous way in the past few years. I was filling out a report recently and discovered that in the past 12 years, we have grown from 100,000 to 500,000 volumes, and the staff has grown from 8 to over 70 full-time people. And as a consequence, we've had to give better service to the students to help them find the kinds of things they wish to use.
Well, that was one of the things I noticed in the library was the new way to check out a book. Why don't you describe this process for us?
Well, as you are aware, recently we've gone into a computerized library operation, and we've tried to make it as easy as possible for the students to find the kinds of material they need for their studies. We've recently divided the card catalog into two units. One is called an author title catalog, the other a subject catalog. If a person knows the name of the author or the title, they go to that appropriate catalog, and if they only have a subject they wish to search, they go to that one and find appropriate bibliographic material, such as the call number and the document number. We have this device. It's called the cathode ray tube. It's an electronic instrument tied up to a database in the computer center. And when the student finds a number, a document number that they think they want, that denotes a book, they key in this number into this device. It searches the file in the computer center, and in just a moment, it feeds back the location of the book, the call number, and the status of that book. If it's here, they know it's here because the cathode ray tube tells them so. Then they're able to jot down the location and that call number and proceed to the floor in which it is housed. The Cravens Library has floors from 4 to 9 that house divisional library collections, and these locational files tell the student which floor the library material is kept on. When they arrive in that area, there is a directory, and the student again consults that directory. These are different on each floor, and when they consult this directory using the call number on the left, they're able to find in the column on the right the range or the shelf number in which the book is shelved. By proceeding directly there, they don't have to spend a lot of needless time in trying to find the material they want. They then use the Library of Congress call number right down the shelf and find the book they want. Once the book has been retrieved, the student takes it to the checkout station, and they present their ID card, and the assistant there takes the book card, and these two data input devices are placed in the reader, the badge in one slot and the book card in the other, and the transaction is recorded in the data processing center, and the student is then charged with that book for 28 days. And the file in the computer center is updated so that the librarian knows where the book is at all times. So that's basically how it works.
Well, it used to be that books were the only things a student can check out of the library, but I noticed several other aspects of the library which can also be checked out. What are some of those?
Yes, we have audio materials, tapes, and recordings that are able to be checked out, and also microforms.
What is a microform?
Well, a microform is a reduction, a photographic reduction of a printed page. It comes in different formats. On the left is a 35 millimeter microfilm, and on the right is another format, a microfiche. These are read on readers that the students may check out and take home. This is another format called opaque print or microcards. Another one is the Library of American Civilization. Each one of these squares represents a printed page. In the Library of American Civilization, a particular card like this will hold 1,000 pages. So these materials are available to the student to use, and they may take portable readers and take them home.
Something the faculty likes about the new library system is the process by which we can record lectures, and the students can then go to the library and hear them a second time.
Yes, we have the Dial Access Center on the second floor of the Helm. Professors may record their own lectures and put them into the system. A student sits down at a carrel and listens to it, dials up a number, and can have a selection of over one of 100 programs. And there are 40 such listening stations. In addition, there are things put on videotape and also audio cassette, so that the student may go in and ask for appropriate lectures and slide presentations made by his professor. So we are handling lots of different kinds of things in the library.
Well, the library has really become a sort of learning center for Western, and we want to thank Dr. Wassom for being with us today to share his knowledge of these new dimensions in the Western Library. So until next time, goodbye.
You've been watching Western Kentucky University Reports. This program is produced by Western Kentucky University Television. This is Greg Goatley speaking.